Hi everyone, welcome. FPLMattDay here, and this is double game week 34, my favorite free hit draft going into what's going to be a huge double game week. We've got 6 teams doubling. Manchester City, Manchester United, and Liverpool are 3 of the popular picks from those, as well as Brighton, West Ham, and Fulham, and the other teams doubling as well. So it's going to be a really interesting game week. There is also some really good single game weeks for the likes of Newcastle at home to Southampton. Got Brentford against Forest. So there's also that to consider. Do you fully load your free hit team with double game weekers, or do you pick some of these single game weekers as well? Well, let's see what I've done. I'm going to share screen and I'm going to go through. I'm going to have the full 11 on the screen. I'm going to go through the 11 to what I think is best for this week. Just my recommendations. And let me know what you think in the comments. And please like this video. If you get a couple of minutes, just like the video, get your comments in too, and subscribe to the channel if you are new here. And yeah, rate this team. Let's go. Let's present the screen, and we will go straight into this free hit. And there it is. And obviously, normally I do the player by player. I go goalkeeper, defender, midfield, and attacker. But I wanted to just go through the full team as it is on screen this week. And looking at it, first off, you can see I'm playing a 4-5-1. So I'm really going hard on that defense and midfield. Having the one striker in Haaland, I think just about will pay off this week. There's obviously other good forwards. You've got Isaac and Tony with good fixtures. Kane is on form as well again at the moment, still getting the scores. But I think you can just get away with it because on this free hit, focus for me has to be that midfield 5 and some of those fullbacks in defence as well. So I will go from goalkeeper through to forward, and then I'll talk about the bench that you can have as well afterwards. I've not put it on the screen because for me, on a free hit, the focus is this full 11 because what you want to do, a free hit is what it says on the tin. It's a free hit. You still have to have 3 players per team, but you can pick who you like. You can make unlimited transfers basically without losing any points. So, yeah, you've got to maximize it. You've got to put those doublers on there. Like you can see, I've got a full 11 of doublers. You've got to maximize that double game week. That's the whole reason we free hit. So in goal, I've got Edison, predicted points of 6.4, Fulham away and West Ham at home. City haven't been great on the clean sheets. They have been conceding goals. And there isn't a high floor for Edison with save points that you would get with David Raya, Nick Pope, David De Gea. But I think you need that third City asset in there this week with these 2 games. There's potential for City to see these games out and win them by 2 or 3 goals to nil. The form they're on, the way they're playing. Like I said before, I get those concerns that they might not keep the clean sheets, but I think for a third City option, Edison is the one that's guaranteed to play both. Then in defence, Robertson, 5.6 points predicted over 2 games. He's got Tottenham and Fulham. I don't think he keeps 2 clean sheets. I think Spurs can score. Fulham, he can keep a clean sheet. Their form's not been great lately, but he's got 2 assists in his last 2, and Liverpool conceded. They're looking threatening from set pieces too. So for me, it's a bit old school going Trent and Robbo. Feels good to have them both back in my side again. I'm actually really happy about that. So we'll go over to Trent. Again, a man on form. He's got 9 predicted points. He's a must-have. If you're on a free hit, you 100% have to have Trent in. He's on form. High chance of another assist or an assist in each game. If he does finally get that clean sheet again, he's going to be getting towards that bonus. I'm even feeling the Trent goal. Maybe even a free kick in one of those 2 games. He's due one. Then to the side, he's only got 0.8 predicted points, and that's Luke Shaw. Obviously, United haven't been on good form. Defensively, good form. Obviously, getting the results, but defensively, not good form. They've got lots of injuries. And yeah, I can't see him getting a clean sheet in either game. I can't. I think Villa will score, and I think Brighton will score. But Luke Shaw, I know he's playing in that central position potentially, and maybe not on the left-hand side, which is why a lot of people are going with Dalot. But I think you still need that United defensive coverage in case they do grind out, a 1-0 win in that Villa game. I can't see it. I just think you need at least one bit of coverage from United. On the flip side, you could put a Newcastle defender in there, Trippier, Botman, and you play for a clean sheet in that Southampton game. But as any double game week, you get those 2 chances. And maybe by the midweek, they might put Luke Shaw on his preferred left side, and you might get an attacking return. Then to round it off, I've gone Estupinan, Wolves home and Man United home. Wolves, you're hoping for the clean sheet. Man United, you're hoping for an attacking return, ever present in that Brighton team. I think he'll get a return in one of the 2 games, 4.4 predicted points. Then in midfield, Matoma, ever present again. I know his form's not been as good lately, but on a double game week with 2 home games, you've got to have him in there. 8 predicted points. Same as Solly March. His predicted points are a bit higher with 10. He's getting the assist at the moment. He's overdue a goal. He has to be in there. Salah as well, 12.6 points predicted. Got to put him in there if you get using a free hit. You know, the Egyptian King, Liverpool's highest point scorer this season, 2 home games. You'd normally back him. If Haaland wasn't such a freak this season, you'd back Salah as a captain or a triple captain. And then we'll go to Rashford. Looked brilliant against Spurs in the week. Devastating on either foot. He can go left, he can go right. You know, he can take free kicks. Sometimes gets pens as well. Has to be in there. Has to be in there. If you're on a free transfer, he's got to be your priority. If you're on a free hit, 100% in there. And then wrapping up that midfield, Kevin De Bruyne, 26.4 predicted points is ridiculous. And that is because what he did in the week against Arsenal, I was gutted to not have him for that game. I had him in my wildcard draft only to move him for Salah because I thought Salah had a bit more of a goal threat. How wrong I was in the week. But on a free hit, you put him in. 2 good games. He's fully fit. Pep's declared him fit to play. And then you round it up with the forward. Captain's our man on Haaland. 2 good games for Haaland. Look, I don't think you'll get 90 minutes out of both. You might maybe get 45 minutes out of the Fulham game, like we've seen Pep do this season, especially if City have already won the game. West Ham one, you might get a bit more minutes out of him because City have got a lot of games. Champions League semi-finals are coming up. They're in the FA Cup final. They're obviously fighting for the league. They're fighting for the treble. But his predicted points, 42 points, which is incredible. I will go through the bench and some of the bench options that you can have. So I'll go through that now. I've not got them on screen because that is the full 11. And like I said, 4-5-1 with Edison in goal there. Maximize the double game weeks. You have to. And if you have a look at that, the whole back four and the goalie has a home game. The whole midfield has a home game, and Haaland has a home game. So you're really taking advantage of the free hit. Some people aren't making as many transfers because they wild carded in 33. A free hit, they might only tweak it and bring in Trent, De Bruyne. You might only make 2 or 3 changes through the free hit. But I still think that'll be enough to make a gain this week ahead of those managers who don't have this chip left and are having to take hits. And as for the bench, look, with this team, you're going to pretty much get 2 games out of every player unless there's an injury in the first one. So you can really have a weak bench. You can go with Everson for Leicester in case something happens to Edison before kickoff doesn't play. You got Everson for Leicester, gets a game, 3.8 million. Soufal from West Ham, really cheap, 4 million, plays both games. Greenwood from Leeds, cheap striker, brings the team value down, gives you more money to put into your lineup. And then a third option, there's a West Ham player I've gone with. Look, he's very unlikely to play any minutes in both games. But you can go with Mubama, 4.5 million forward, hasn't even played a game. He's played 1 game. He's played 3 minutes this season, but again, cheap and cheerful, rounds up that squad and allows you to have this lineup, which for me is the best free hit you can have in game week 34. So that's my free hit. Let me know what you think in the comments. Anything you change? Look, I did have a couple of other thoughts. Someone like Gakpo, potentially, he's been on a bit of form. Looks like he's going to be central to that Liverpool attack, especially if Jota doesn't play. Klopp says he's got a bit of a niggle, but we've seen when these things happen that these players tend to play and score goals. But yeah, if there's anyone else, I know Dallow's a good option, David De Gea as well, John Stones. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like this video, take 10 seconds of your time, get your comments in and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Thanks everyone for watching and tuning in. I'll be back with a live deadline stream as well, so stay tuned for that. I'm FPLMattDay and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.